All right, episode 35 of the Golf Performance Group podcast. I'm your host, Lebronald Palmer, and
JJ Wood.
And we got
And
Taylor Cusack.
now,
that was better intro there.
We got some nickname suggestions, or people direct messaged me in nickname suggestions for you, JJ. All right,
let me know what you think. Put it on your Instagram?
No, we should have, but people still messaged me anyway. I got 4 messages.
Someone actually listened.
One from Chris Price from Greater Houston Golfers, and then 3 others just from people who DM'd me. So what do you think of J-Tron, which is a combination of Natron and JJ?
That's really good, actually. I like
okay. The other one was instead of dad bod, golf bod, because they've been saying you've been working out. So JJ Golf Bod Wood. So
but I like dad bod too much. I don't know if I could change it with the golf.
I'm just telling you what I've been getting. And then the other, I gotta look at the other one. Hold on, let me see. But while I'm looking at the other one, what are y'all thoughts on those two? We got J-Tron or Golf Bod.
Well, I've been wanting to go something related to dad bod for a long time now, since I got a dad bod back in like 2017. And I wanted to prove to people you could still break par even with the dad bod. So we got J-Tron, the dad bod, Natron, J-Tron.
Oh, we're combining them.
Oh, we're combining them.
I like them both too much. What's the third one?
And the third one was mindset, because you always talk about the mindset and how important that is in golf.
Oh, that was thoughtful. Someone was sweet.
J-Tron with a strong dad bod mindset. Perfect.
Oh.
So we need to put up a poll. So we've got a poll. We can put it in our story.
We got to narrow it down to 2 though, because can't you only have 2 options?
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so what are our 2? So I'm definitely with J-Tron. I think that works. I think I
like J-Tron.
Yeah, I like J-Tron. Golf bod.
Golf bod is good somehow, too,
though. The dad bod.
How do you feel about introducing yourself as the golf bod?
That's a great nickname. I mean, that is a great nickname.
J-Tron would flow a lot better. J-Tron.
Now think about it.
Cusack.
You could introduce yourselves when we're famous as the golf bod. Like, can you imagine how great of a nickname that is?
I mean, I pretty much have like the perfect golf bod. You know, you don't have to be in shape, but you gotta be, you gotta have those strong glutes. I got strong glutes. You know, they told me it's from my little league days. I developed those glutes and that pivot when I was hitting. But I don't know, J-Tron's so good. I can't really give that up.
Okay, so we'll make a poll.
J-Tron with the golf bod on the golf pod.
I mean, you see, she's even putting it together now. So we have options. So we've got J-Tron or Golf Bod. We'll put it in our story, and then whatever wins, just like Cusack won, that will be your nickname.
Oh, Cusack was a no-brainer, though.
You know how many messages I got? Seriously, people blew my Instagram up. They're like, Cusack, hands down. Cusack, hands down. And I'm like,
well, I don't even have like 2% as many followers, or I'm like 2% as many followers, however you'd want to put that. You have 98 point something % more followers than me. So I'll probably get a message or 2.
Well, either way, we'll do that. So thank you to the listeners. Again, you'll be able to participate in this poll at our Instagram at golf_pod. And then once we get a winner after 24 hours, we'll determine what your new nickname is.
Are we going to start that? When are we going to start that? Tomorrow or today?
Let's do it tomorrow. This will go out tomorrow. So can we do this tomorrow morning then, so it runs the full day? Because this will go out tomorrow morning. Okay, so we can do that tomorrow morning. All right, so on to some golf news. The RSM Classic, a person who has Oklahoma roots, broke a 6-year drought and won the exact same tournament that he won 6 years ago. Robert Streb from Chickasha, Oklahoma, won the tournament. So that's his second PGA Tour win. And I think all of us in some capacity, maybe Taylor, I'm sure you have in passing, have encountered Robert at some point in our golf life. So congratulations to Robert for winning that event.
Was it at the same course 6 years ago?
I don't know if it was the same course, but I know under the same umbrella, the same name. Yeah,
because I felt like is Davis Love the host of that event?
Davis Love is the host of the event. Correct.
Yeah, I feel like that was fairly recent. I feel like it's a home game for a lot of tour pros. A lot of them live out there.
Well, what pissed me off is so just so you all know, I went 0-4 in my picks this week. Like, didn't win $1. I got off the pod last time. We talked and we were like, oh, I got to get all the guys from the Carolinas. I was like, I'm going to do that. This is going to work out perfect. So let me tell you what my scores were. So Redmond finished 117th, didn't make the cut. McNeely finished 132nd, didn't make the cut. Harmon finished 79th, didn't make the cut. And then Harris English, he did finish T6, but he was the person I bet the least on, so I basically broke even.
Yeah, he lives out there, doesn't he? Doesn't Harris English one of them?
But all of those lived out there. Yeah, I didn't even think about Streb, and I should have, but he hasn't been playing as well.
Yeah, I feel like he played well. Well, he had to go back to Corn Ferry Tour Finals a year or two ago.
He did.
But he's usually right around that 100 mark, I feel like, on that money list. He's kind of always battling.
Yeah,
keep the card.
That pissed me off. But now, JJ, I think you mentioned before that you've played with Streb before. So what's his game like in real time?
Obviously, so I was at OU, and it was at Coastal Carolinas event, actually, at TPC Myrtle
way
Beach.
back when.
Way back, like the 2000s.
Dinosaur age.
2007, I think. Spring 2007.
That was 13 years ago.
That is a long time ago. 13 years.
You got to point that out. Yeah, it was. I could have a 13-year-old child by now.
Go ahead. Tell your story. Stop interrupting him.
I was playing. Well, I don't know. Remember what round, but we were playing number 2 man, and he actually he played number 2 to Ben Kern, the infamous Ben Kern, who got made the cut at the PGA Championship 2018, and that just goes to show how deep golf is. It's getting deeper every year now, but I mean, he played number 2. I mean, Ben Kern's only start is that PGA Championship where he led the field in strokes gained approach and was second on total driving. But anyways, and that's his only tour event he's ever gotten, and played consistently ahead of Robert Streb, who's a two-time
winner. Yeah,
two-time winner. So, but that just goes to my point of not all the best golfers make it, I guess. You got to play good at the right time.
Right.
But I remember he was a little bit bitter because I had an OU, hat on, and he was from Oklahoma City. He didn't get recruited by them, so he went to Kansas State. So, what I was thinking, being a 21, 22-year-old, however old I was, well, I wouldn't have recruited you either because he wasn't very flashy. In my opinion, I was like, well, you could maybe be a 5-man on our team, but apparently, if you keep working the process, and it pays off. And so he had something that at 22 years old, I didn't pay attention to, but he didn't hit it far. He was just, I can't remember what he shot. We could probably look it up. Wait, I don't know if we had the internet back then in 2007, but it's probably recorded somewhere.
See, this kind of goes to show,
go ahead.
Like, kind of how we talked about in the last podcast, like, when is your peak where you're going to be the best? Like, we talked about Dustin Johnson. He's peaked, and not peaked, but kind of like he's playing his best golf right now.
And he's in his prime.
Exactly. And maybe he wasn't, and now he is at age 21, 22. They want to go out and chase girls and have fun on the weekends and not be so strict with practicing and playing golf and doing that. And now he's on TV winning golf tournaments and proving it.
Everyone definitely. I mean, I remember playing in Junior Worlds when I was like 12, and there's this kid, Chad Fosberg, and he was towered over all of us, and he won Junior Worlds. And by 16, 17, never heard of him. But I mean, people just. And then there was another kid, in high school that was amazing. There's like James Allette. No one's probably heard of. He was on the big break though. But I mean, he beat my teammate, my second to last year at Pepperdine in a playoff at national championship, and he was always in contention in college events. And where is he now? I don't know. I know he started his shoe company.
It's funny about that big break that you thought of. I hate that they really don't do it anymore because you remember Gipper Finau was on big break, and Tony was just like kind of hanging out. He wasn't even playing golf at the time, but now Tony Finau's the better of the two. Like,
that's
it's just
how the
random
Bryan
how stuff
brothers
happens.
came.
Yeah,
like Wesley Bryan and George Bryan. That's how they kind of came about, and they got kicked out of big break, and now Wesley's on tour, and George is.
What's
I think
crazy
still
is George. Yeah, George was the better player. If you look at because I played with George as well,
just like Gipper was.
And George was really good, and he was All-American at South Carolina. And Wesley, because I looked it up because that's his little brother, and Wesley was never an All-American, but George was a better player. And George hasn't quite made it, and Wesley has that win. But so it's weird who makes it and who doesn't.
So here's a question for you two, high level golfers. If someone just dropped down right now and said, "Hey, here's $500,000. You have 2 years to make the tour. Could you make it?"
What tour?
LPGA for you. No, LPGA for you. Symetra, you got to get past that. And JJ, PGA Tour. Or could you get past Korn Ferry? Let's say Symetra,
because the PGA Tour, you can only get Korn Ferry Tour through Q School.
Exactly. So let's say
I would
Symetra.
Say it's about a 0.001. I'd get to the PGA Tour.
Do you think you would get to Korn Ferry?
In 2 years, I would say the chances are probably 10%.
$500,000. You don't have to worry about working. All you're doing is grinding.
It doesn't matter. You have one tournament a year where you've got to go through. Well, so I made it through the pre-qualifying stage, so I would have been exempt if I would have gone back to Q School. But now it's been 13 years or 12 years, so I'd have to get through 4 stages, and so I'd have to play good at those 4 events to get. I mean, 10,000 over 10,000 guys start the qualifying tournament, like world or nationwide, and they give like 20 to 40 Korn Ferry Tour status cards at the end.
JJ really got into this.
It's ridiculous. It's like there's so many good players that don't make it because one, it's $5,000 to go too.
But that's why you have $500,000. So Taylor, do you think you could do it if someone said, "Hey, and let's sweeten the pot," Taylor, because you're already an influencer. Let's say they were going to give you another $500,000 if you made it to make you practice that much harder.
I don't think the money is going to.
That's an incentive, though.
I mean, it's an incentive. Clear your mind where you don't have to make this putt to pay your rent, but an extra bonus if I make it. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I would go out there and I would work my tail off. Absolutely. But I mean, it would be so difficult getting older. I mean, with those 2 years, you're aging and you're not back in your prime when you were 20 trying to do do this. So it's
Dustin Johnson is 36. Yeah, Dustin Johnson is 36.
I know, but he's been doing that for how long though?
If you look at the best women in the world, it's the AJGA, the American Junior Golf Association. Those girls get it. They get into LPGA tour events and they contend to win. I mean, because by the time you're 30, 35 as a woman, those like Annika Sorenstam, what's that one from Sweden? I mean, they want to have kids. Lorena Ochoa, when was she done? 30, 32?
Yep. And she had won like 4 events in a row and just quit. It was just like random. She just quit.
Right. Yeah. But, I mean, in a perfect world, absolutely, I would totally be down and do that. It would just be, someone's going to be younger than you, someone that's going to be working twice as hard as you, someone that's always going to be going for your spot. So you are going to have to be the best.
I think if someone gave me $1 million, I would be a scratch golfer in 2 years, hands down.
But that's the thing; you have to be better.
Guaranteed.
Like you have to. You got to go shoot.
No, you can practice all you want.
My mindset would be fine because I've got $1 million. Listen, if someone said
you'd
today,
be meditating half the day.
Every day, all I would do is meditate, use cannabis. And play golf. That would be my life.
Makes you a better golfer?
That would be my life. If I had, if someone just said, "Hey, look, here's $1 million. Figure out, you want to be a scratch golfer. You've got 2 years to do it. And if they put a bonus on it, like I gave y'all, I guarantee you could drop me at Congressional or Colonial or I don't care what course you want to, and I'm gonna shoot scratch golf. I promise you. Yeah. If you gave me $1 million. I would work that hard.
I'll bet you.
Yeah,
maybe we can
I agree. I would work that hard. Yeah, I
worked that hard when I tried to play professionally because I had to move back home. And in Yuma, Arizona, there's nothing to do but practice my golf game.
You had stress though. You had stress of still right. trying to make it.
Yeah. But then I'm going to have that stress again. I'm going to be like, man, I have $1 million. And if I don't make it, it's just all for nothing. So you're going to, either way. I'm just saying. So the one thing I liked about golf was you kind of earn your way. You know, it's about you and your score. Yeah. But, you know, what I dislike about golf is, I mean, I always, that word, that it's like a bad word, potential.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think I could have gotten drafted because I sometimes look good, but I don't always do good. So I think I could have rode the bench if they would have had like a draft and just sat the bench and made it, you know, $300,000 a year. That would have been fine with me.
So here's another question then. Have you all read the book Paper Tiger?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay. So I encourage you listeners, I encourage you all to get this. This is where kind of this idea came from. There's a guy who just quit his job, like cashes out his retirement, does all these things, and he says he's going to make the tour. And he gets this close. Like is
this fictional?
No, it's a true story. It's called Paper Tiger. Go find the book.
Who is it?
It's let me look up the guy's name, but it's just a guy who quits his job. He says that he wants to be a PGA Tour golfer. He had a golf background, of course, so it wasn't like he came from nowhere. But it's a great book. It's hold on, I will find it for you guys. I read it like 5 years ago. Give me a second.
So this is a while back.
Are there pictures for JJ?
Yeah, is it a picture book? Or do they have it on Audible?
Hold on, I've got to find it now. That's gonna bother me. Paper Tiger.
I'm gonna find it before you.
There's a lot of guys that do that. I mean, I know guys in my golf industry.
His name is Tom Cone was his name. An obsessed golfer's quest to play with the pros. And I will send y'all a link to it. It's a great book. It's a great.
Did
book.
He make it like to web.com?
Yeah, he played in events and everything. He got this close to making it to the PGA Tour.
Oh, how cool! And I guess
he took like 2 years, and that's all he did, and he got like that close to making it. So
wow.
I'll
have to read it.
So next week,
he's living under a bridge because he spent his retirement.
No, he had like a bestseller book. This is like a best-selling book. This was a popular book.
So there you go. He became an author.
Yeah. So now they this week we've got the Mayakoba Classic, and what's crazy is Dustin Johnson shouldn't even be playing, but he committed for whatever reason. Brendan Todd won this event last year. He was going to be the best player in the field. And then all of a sudden, Dustin Johnson says, well, I'm ready to get back and play again.
I want to win again.
I mean, what is he doing? Like, he should just take the rest of the year off. What is he doing?
Yeah.
You know, he's a competitor. Maybe he likes the beat. Where's that, Mexico?
It's in Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
He might make a vacation out of it.
He's probably going to have some fun.
So you think he's just going to be drunk the whole time? This isn't a real event for him?
Maybe.
He'll probably be doing that white powder and, drinking a little.
Why did you do that with your face?
Because that's what you got to do. I actually just had my flavored water on my mustache. But.
Oh, perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Yeah. Flavored water. Are you not drinking adrenaline tonight? Is that what it is? You're off adrenaline?
I haven't been back to Walmart. I've been drinking coffee in the morning, actually, like normal people.
Yeah, that's what normal people do. They don't drink adrenaline drinks. I don't understand that. So, all right, let's get into a quick discussion that could also be content.
I have one question, Brian. Yeah. I meant to bring this up when we were talking about Streb, but what came to mind when I remember that tournament, not really Robert Streb, but I had a teammate that signed an incorrect scorecard, and so we got back at like 1 a.m. to Norman, and after that last round. And we had to meet at the football stadium at 5:45 and touch every step in that stadium. Whoa. Have you ever done that?
Yes, I have done that. I've ran the stairs. Actually,
boy, do I got stories for you.
Running the stairs is why I don't want to play football, because they would have you go.
I was crawling up the stairs.
You cannot.
I couldn't do anything after that.
And now it's even worse because they've got that extra addition on both sides on the north and south end zones. So I couldn't imagine running stairs now.
Well, still, what is that? The south end zone? Like straight up.
The vertical one. Yes, the vertical one. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And we were just like crawling, like trying to get to the top.
JJ, I'm so glad that you brought this up.
Go ahead.
I'm so glad that you brought this up because
go ahead and one up me.
back in my prime when I was working out with Breon and he was kicking my behind. I don't know if I can point and push this box of his off the screen. He put me and my dad through a workout and we ran stadium stairs at OU. My dad tore his Achilles.
Not because of me, though. It was not because of me.
No. Kicked
are you certified trainer?
He did not tear his Achilles with me, so don't try to put that on me. They had some workouts after me where they did that. But yes, I used to take people to the stadium because I had a key. I had a key to the.
Were you sneaking on? Because
I had a key
to unlock the gate.
No, I had a key. I had a key to the outdoor area so I can get through the gate. Those were the good old days. But I do not miss running those.
Because you pointed and said go.
But you asked about my OU coach. My OU coach thought he was a football coach at times, and he was about 10 handicap golfer. But he loved to punish us. So if you say, "Oh, they just play golf," it wasn't just. We were always doing something stupid like that, and it didn't make my mindset any stronger, which is what he told me. It just made me not want to.
It built those glutes that you got for your golf bod right now. So that's what it is. That's
Little League. I got those in Little League. They're already there. They didn't really help much on that last steep stadium.
Thanksgiving week. Are any of you traveling anywhere? I'm not. Are you traveling, JJ?
I am not.
Taylor, are y'all traveling? Or T-Sack?
Boy, do I got a story for you guys.
You're going to get on your carriage and ride a horse up to Chickasha?
What's up, T-Sack?
No. I can't discuss. Maybe I can discuss it on the next podcast. But I will be leaving Friday for a few days to go shoot some content in Myrtle Beach.
Nice. So Myrtle Beach. Okay.
Oh, we're talking about Myrtle Beach. Hit up those strip clubs.
Oh, I wish.
Are you going to the strip club? I mean, that's the most important.
I'm bringing ones. I got a lot of them.
You guys are shooting some videos at the strip clubs?
Oh my gosh, no.
Hope Dustin Johnson walks in.
No, I'll have to tell you guys about it on the next podcast.
Yes,
it'll be fun.
So here's the scenario. We know COVID is not the safest thing right now, and people can't really pack into their house. So if you had the option, let's say that you could get with your family and be safe, or someone invited you to Pebble Beach to play golf, what would you do? Are you going to spend Thanksgiving with your family, or are you going to go to Pebble Beach to golf? You're going to leave your family. Taylor, you're leaving your family.
She gets to see her family enough. I would go to Pebble Beach too. Have you ever been to Pebble? Well, so I've been there a couple times. So it's going to be cold this time of year too. And then I never really go to family, so I'd probably have to say that. But most people probably go to Pebble, I would say.
I think I would stay with family. I mean, there's been so much trauma this year. No, listen, there's been so much loss and trauma for people. Like if I had a chance where I knew it was safe, I think I would go with family. But if anyone pissed me off at the Thanksgiving,
you get to red eye to Pebble.
Yes, immediately. Like I would already have a plane booked in the event that someone made me mad.
I would probably go to Mayakoba over Pebble though, because it'd be a little warmer.
Yeah, Pebble would be a little cool right now. Yeah.
How awful would that be if you had that opportunity and you walked in and chose your family, and all of a sudden some aunt starts family drama, and you're like,
I'm leaving.
I turned down Pebble Beach for your crap. You're shutting up right now, or I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
That would definitely happen.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's how it goes. That's when you go and get the pie and just shove it right in their face.
Oh, so you're doing domestic violence. You're gonna do violence at the
event. Do not promote violence on the golf pod.
It was a pie. At least it tasted good.
Well, maybe not. It depends on who makes it. So let's go around. Favorite Thanksgiving dish, JJ, you first.
I don't know if it's the mashed potatoes or the stuffing or both together.
Ooh.
So you do the little country combination of both, like push them all together and one in the middle of your plate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That sounds like a real Yuma, Arizona thing to do. I could understand that.
we have tamales. Actually, we don't have turkey.
I'm a tamale person too because my wife is from California, so we
do have turkey, but we always have tamales.
We do tamales also. So Taylor, what about you?
Okay, my favorite is the yams with marshmallows on top. You have to have the marshmallows.
That is a pretty good.
So
That's the diabetes. That's the diabetes special from Oklahoma. That's definitely a and then
golf
some
ball.
people.
It's made with extra love.
It is made, extra love and cholesterol. Both of those are.
They go hand in hand.
And for me, I'm a ham person. So anyone who can make a nice spiraled ham, then I'm usually pretty happy. I don't eat a lot of sides. I'm not a big sides person. So
see, I don't eat a lot of meat, so I get extra potatoes and mashed potatoes and stuffing.
I mean, that's the side of a golf bod right there. I mean, mashed potatoes.
You got to get
stuffing. You got to get the carbs.
We're gonna have to make him trending. # golf bod.
I think golf bod is gonna be that's gonna win. That should win the golf
golfers,
bod.
We have dad bods, but Anyway,
we'll know. So look, that we wanted to get an episode in before Thanksgiving. We're back on a good schedule. I can't believe we've made it 3 weeks in a row. Can y'all believe this? This is 3 weeks in a row.
This is 2.
No, this is the third. This makes the third episode. This is the third episode. Yes, this is the third episode. We don't plan a 6-week break again this time. We are planning to keep this thing going. So anything y'all want to leave the people with before we get out of here? Of course, please subscribe, like, follow, 5 stars. Follow us on YouTube. Anything y'all want to share before we get out of here?
So it kind of depends where you're at, but most golf courses are closed, aren't they? On Thanksgiving?
Not in Oklahoma. Not in Oklahoma, though. The city courses, they let you go out there for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I used to always do. You eat, then you may have to nap or something, but if you don't nap and you want to get rid of those, carbs and calories, go out to the course and just, play some holes. Just take a couple clubs, one club maybe, get creative. Get different shots down, Yeah.
I used to go to James E. Stewart.
Oh, wow.
Near Midwest City every Thanksgiving, like when I lived in Oklahoma. I would just walk because the course would just be open. There wouldn't be any carts or anything.
Yeah.
And I'd go walk that 9 holes like as much as I wanted to because there'd be no one out there. So I did that a lot.
Don't break any laws or any rules. Just
everybody needs to stay healthy. Yes. And
don't share your utensils.
Do not do buffet style dinner. Like, figure out a way to not do buffet style. I don't know how that's possible at Thanksgiving.
I was going to say, how's that possible? Well, you're just with your family. I mean,
yeah, but if you invite people,
you're going to be around them anyway. Don't invite people.
It's going to be difficult.
Quarantine.
Yeah, this is
pre-make their plate.
This is going to be tough. Yeah, pre-make your plates.
Have one person make all the plates.
Just don't make sure they're not coughing. If they're coughing, kick them out. Send them to Guantanamo at this point. If someone coughs around.
I feel like every time I cough in front of someone, they look at me funny. I'm like, Jesus.
If you cough in front of me, if you cough in front of me, I might uppercut you immediately because I don't know where that COVID is going to go. It's time to assault people,
Like, and you yelled at me for putting a pie in someone's face, and you're going to uppercut JJ?
Have you guys watched the Kevin Hart, the new stand-up?
I have.
It's pretty funny. He talked about COVID a little bit.
He did, and he did it in his pajamas in his house. And
you think that was really his house?
That is his house.
It looked like it.
No, it is his house. It is. I don't know where we went wrong, but we need to be living like Kevin Hart real soon. All 3 of us need to be. So
agreed.
Watch the stand up on Thanksgiving when you're looking for something. Or you can watch the Cowboys at 3-9 or whatever they're at.
3-7. 3-7.
Yeah, they're probably gonna make it for freaking the playoffs at 4-12.
And before we wrap up, I did start 60 days in because
pretty good, huh?
It is pretty interesting, except for the one guy who claimed he had been in prison, and I don't think he ever really been in prison.
Oh,
but we'll talk about that. I think he was just lying.
How about Mark?
I don't want to ruin it for people just in case, but we get text about that because I have been watching it. So, but that's been episode 35 of the Golf Performance Group podcast. Again, we appreciate you all listening. Subscribe, like, follow at golf_pod, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.